going to show you how to install graphics on the Quest Pro. This is by far the hardest install on any Quest or any system I've ever done due to the curvature of this lens. So this is the tricky part, is getting this right. I may screw it up. I've been doing this for many years. Usually I'm decent, but if you've never done this before, it might be a little tough. So hopefully I can teach you the tricks on how to do this. First, you want to clean this whole system with isopropyl alcohol. You want to get all the grease from your fingers and dirt particles, everything off of it. Because this wrap is it's considered a full wrap. It wraps most of the visible stuff. Alright, so I got the graphic here. Let's start with the centerpiece. Like I said, this is not an easy one to do. Okay, so the graphics came with it. Take those off. Got the center one, take that off. This is just a design I did for a buddy of mine. I'll probably be selling it in the store. Alright, hopefully you guys can see this. Trying to center this as good as I can. What I think looks centered. You want to just lightly press down. Everywhere. You especially want this part to come down evenly. If that doesn't come down evenly, then it's not going to work out for you. It's already starting to be tough, but I'm getting it. Get as much as you can without wrinkles before you use heat. Now you have to use a heat gun or a blow dryer. Without that, you will not be installed this. You won't be able to install this skin very good. It'll look really wrinkly, most likely. All right, so I got a heat gun. Let's apply a little bit of heat. Now I put these little notches in the graphic. They're supposed to help it install. Now, it's still going to be tough. I can already see I have one little wrinkle that I'll get out. So you basically want to work slowly with it. See if I can get some of this before I add heat. The only skin of all my products that I've ever done in 20 some years for skin sport that's been a really big science to figure out the easiest way to make it for you guys to install. Now some of these it'll look like there's wrinkles, but there's not. That's just because there's a slit in it and they're overlapping just a little bit. But I do have a tiny little wrinkle here. I can probably get out. Works wonders. So without these slits, you probably would have been able to get this straight. You could probably get it so there's no wrinkles or hardly any wrinkles, but this part here will be all wavy and it won't look right. Alright, let's go on to, let's do the top section. I made these notches to line up with other notches. You can line that up. It's hard to install this angle I am to make this video, but we'll see. So you want to take your thumb and have a little bit of stretch. You kind of want to guide this just enough that you leave an even space right here. And that goes on pretty nice. Now this side, obviously, you know, just set down by itself. That's what it would look like if you were just to set it down. It wouldn't be right. So you got to guide it with a little, tiny bit of stretch. Not a whole lot of stretch. Just a little bit. Just keeping that the two graphics evenly apart. It's hard to talk and concentrate doing this at the same time. Alright, let's add some heat to this. Actually, before we add heat, let's put the bottom pieces on, just in case I need to redo this top part. Once you add heat, you can still redo it, but it's just easier before you add heat. Alright. These are the bottom pieces. I'm gonna line them up. Lucky, and now I'm lined up pretty good right there. It overlapped just the tiniest bit. Let's see if the other side does the same thing. Any little dust you see, make sure you remove that. It'll just be a little speck that's on there. You guys can see what I'm doing here. Alright, I'm happy with that. So let's add some heat. Just flatten everything out. Make everything look nice. Now you want to do what's called post-heating. Once you get done wrapping this whole thing, you want to heat this thing up for about a minute, about 12 inches away, just making it form to your device. There we go. It's basically forming it so it stays this way for years to come. Alright, so that's done. Let's get done with the top piece, this piece, and we got these two little pieces left in the back. Now this big piece looks overwhelming at first, but don't worry, it's not that bad. Grab it like this. You got these two notches here. You want to put it right where that notch is, right there. Doesn't matter how perfect these are yet. You're going to work with one side first. Put your thumb here, kind of guide your thumb where you want it to go, right along the edge. Now I do have a revision. I haven't made it yet, but I changed it about 3 hours ago for this port, so by the time you get one, that'll be fixed. I forgot to cut out the port. But for the install video, that's not going to be there. Alright, so I want to guide this here with my thumb. Just straight across. There we go. Don't add heat to that yet. Go to the other side. Same thing. Work with it to where you're happy with it, to where it's at. This one I could make, just trying to do this at a weird angle so you guys can see it. So now what I want to do, I was going to add some heat. Okay, so you want to be careful with is when you close this thing down, just make sure that these ends are down really nice before you start closing over top of it. Otherwise you'll probably pull up your graphic. So right there I didn't press that down. So press that down good, make sure it's got a lot of heat. That way when it comes to closing this thing, then you're fine. You're just going right over top of it. All right, let's do this part. This part can be tricky too. All right, again, I got a notch. This one you can tell anyway with the little button that's there. Just mainly get that piece on. Kind of get it done towards the middle. That's all you gotta do. Press on towards the middle. Don't try to push the sides without heat, you'll get wrinkles. I'll probably get a wrinkle there. That's a really big one there. You don't want that. Let's see what heat does. Sometimes it magically fixes it. Look at that, he fixed it. One little wrinkle there. So what I can do, I can lift this back off. Before you put it back down, that wrinkle there, heat it real quick. Wrinkle went away, but don't install it yet. Let it cool down. Once that cools down, give it a couple seconds. Boom, you can install it. Let's get the rest of this. A lot of guys have little squeegees, you can use those too. But you know what, really, it's best to use your fingers. Even in the car industry, when they wrap cars, a lot of the guys for this little detailed stuff will use their fingers. Alright, so that piece is done. Let's get these tiny little pieces here. What side is this? It's this side. Make sure there's no dust. Line this up. Where I want it. Press down. Boom. Heat that up. Alright, other side. Got all the mostly the hard parts done, right? The hardest part's that front. Once you get that front done, so maybe you want to do all the other ones first just to learn how. Alright, line that up. Line that up to where I'm happy with where it's at. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see this at the angle I'm at. Alright, the back piece. It has the little cutout for the logo, so you know which way it goes. Make sure there's no dust. Basically, you want to center this with the logo and center it with top and bottom. If it's a little crooked, you can always do it again. This side, that looks fine. Only push down on the center. Get the center done first. Work your way up a little bit. Don't have to press really hard, just kind of lightly. This side, same thing. I forced it to go up a little far. There we go. Once you add some heat to this, it'll start to form. You can get a little closer. using a heat gun, so heat guns get a lot hotter, so it makes it a little quicker for me. You might have to sit there a little longer with the blow dryer because it doesn't get near as hot. That's about it. One wrinkle there, right? That came out. So now I'll do my post heating. I'm done with the headset. I'm gonna post heat it so everything forms. If I can find any bubbles. This is what makes all the difference is post heating. You want it nice and hot. I should probably move this out so I can get that. Make sure that's good. There. Go. There we go. This headset is done. I wish I didn't have to put these slits in there, but there's no other way around this. Even a professional installer, it's really tough to make this work. This is my 10th revision of my skin. I've tried different ways to have smaller skin here, skin there, skin there. One time I did like almost a 10-piece strips going across to look like crap. This was the best alternative that I found out of all my revisions. So hopefully you guys are happy with that. Now let's go to the controller. Again, wipe these. You're really gonna have grease and whatever on these. And that really stops the skin from sticking. I've had people message me, my skin didn't stick at all, it fell off because you didn't wipe it down first. And you didn't use heat, that's another one. Always use heat. Even if you don't have to use heat afterwards to post heat it. It activates that vinyl, the stickiness on it, makes it work. Alright, so this left. Alright, I had this one stick. That one. It's like this one. Alright, this is the left controller. You can hold this whatever way you feel comfortable. You know, just hold it. Don't press down on it yet. Just hold it right above, just a little bit. Just enough to get the exact spot you want it. Trying to get this to be exactly where I want it. Come on. There we go. I'll post heat that one after I get this one done. Hopefully my camera is still recording for you guys. It's funny, I get nervous because I know people aren't watching me, but you guys will be watching me. So it makes me nervous that you guys will be seeing this. It makes me nervous doing it right now. Alright. Let's post heat these. Here we go. That one looks great. Got those one more time. A little bit of heat. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.